Good morning. Wait. I'm using Parsec to access my computer. First thing I always do is I get the latest of the projects I am working on. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it doesn't. I should have done this a bit earlier since I was just chilling here. I could have just logged on and pulled, or get latest because I'm using Perforce, but it is what it is. The good thing about working from home is that I can be a bit more chatty and explain to you what I'm actually doing. I will have to be a little bit vague though, because I don't want to violate any NDAs that I signed. I mean, I can't tell you what projects I'm working on because the projects that I'm personally working on are already announced. Today I will be working on Outcast 2. It's a really cool game. I'm going to have to see with the audio lead, so my colleague, what is planned for today. While this is loading, let me kind of explain to you what I do. So I'm an audio programmer. I implement sound in games. I do meetings, implementation, and bug fixing. It's always one of those three. That's all my task consists of, and I love my job. I started off as a sound designer. That's where I have my bachelor's degree in. I just liked the idea of having full control of anything you put inside a game or an animation. And then instead of going the animation route, so the linear media route, I went into the non-linear media route and I continued my studies. I studied independent game production, where I learned how to make a game from scratch, basically. So I knew the whole full pipeline of how to create a game, but obviously in a smaller group. And from there, I did a bunch of stuff, and now I ended up here. I recently, and by recently I mean yesterday, I switched back to Writer for my IDE instead of Visual Studio, just because Visual Assist was bugging out with the 2022 version of Visual Studio. Plus, I really love the integration with Unreal. It's so good. It tells you exactly with every function and variable, it tells you in what blueprint it gets edited. And if you have Unreal open and you just click on it, it will open the blueprint. Such a lifesaver. Ooh, I feel like I've been talking a lot. Usually I don't speak, I'm just working. So for today, there was one thing that I've kind of pushed aside because it was low priority, and most of the high priority things are done, and I still need to talk to the audio lead to see what is next. I'm gonna tackle this problem now. So it's a Boyd system where actually the Boyds get spawned inside of this circle. They don't get out of here. And they attack whatever enemies is inside of this circle. Let's say you have an enemy here and you have an enemy here. Here are some Boyds, and then they go towards the closest enemy, and that's very basically explained. We've had a bit of a struggle with how are we going to add sound to it, because we don't want to add individual sound to all of these. I'm just going to call them birds. These birds then they go from one group to two groups, or however many enemies they are inside of the circle. Sometimes they all go to just one. If that's the nearest one and they all just already followed this, then they just follow that one. And then once this enemy gets close to another one, the Boyds might split up into two clusters. I'm using cheats, to apply more damage, because otherwise it would take so long just to test one thing. Okay, so yeah, it does. It gets called so many times. That is not good. Okay. to work. Please let this work. You know, at this point, I don't even know what I'm typing. Well, I mean, that's not true, but you know, the problem is the thing I'm trying to add sound to is nested within something, which uses data assets, which uses other data assets, which is a component of something else. And okay, you know what really helps is to like let go. Like seriously let go and then come back. So what I'm gonna do is I have a few packages that I have to just drop off because I sold some things on Vinted. When I'm back, I'm going to then walk my dog. Okay, the weather was shit. I don't know if you can kind of tell. There was so much wind and it was slightly raining, but it was like thick raindrops. No. Okay, I'm done for today. It is 5:43. I'm going to get the latest because I did read in the messages that they were pushing a lot of things regarding the animations and it might be very heavy, so I'm just gonna do that today so that I don't have to do that tomorrow morning. Okay, so here we go. Get latest. Yep, this is taking a while. Okay, I'm happy I'm doing this today.